For today's cup of coffee, this eclipse energy has just wiped me out. Totally, completely. Yeah.
It has zapped your ass?
It has zapped my ass, truly.
Buzz Lightyear zapping.
Mm-hmm. And some of this energy is going to be with us.
With his laser.
19 years. 19 years.
19 years?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Of this same fucking bullshit energy?
Well, the energy will be a little bit different than it is on the exact eclipse, but Palmer was talking about that this truly starts this age of Aquarius.
Age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius.
That song Glide. That song Glide. It was very deceitful.
I'm sure it's wonderful for some people.
Maybe. Maybe not. But it's a matter of not following the herd. That's the main thing. I don't think we have to worry about that. But speaking of those who don't follow the herd, and I was really reticent in some ways to do this story.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to go ahead and do this story. This is something I have.
Now. You're making me scared.
No,
You're making me nervous.
Don't make. I'm not intentional.
That's
I have
like
tried to.
That's like
steer you clear of this topic for years.
That's like when you That's like being an employee at Walmart and someone's in there edging the soaps.
Huh?
Someone's in there edging the soaps.
What do you mean edging the soaps? I don't understand.
When you squeeze the bottle and it barely like the liquid barely comes up out of the little nozzle there.
Right. Yeah, I found out the hard way. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to stop edging the soaps. It makes him nervous.
I have done that before as far as opening the thing to try to smell whatever the aroma was of it. And I've had some hazardous experiences from doing that, especially at, what is it? That Body Works, Bath Works, whatever the hell that is.
Bath and Body Works?
Yeah. Yeah. I made a hell of a mess one day. And I'm like, no, I'll not do that again, ever.
Yeah, I won't try that again.
Yeah, everything smells like shea butter. That's it.
That's all they use in their products is shea butter.
Is shea butter.
That's all they use.
Which is, if you like that, that's wonderful. But sometimes you would like to have a little option. So I just don't.
A little option here and there is nice.
It's not a bad thing.
A little variety.
I'm doing it. It's like a soap, basic soap. Anyhow, from Daily Mail.
I saw some lava soap.
Yeah, lava soap is great if you've got...
That is harsh as hell on your hands.
But it's like if you've got grease and stuff on your hands, some lava soap, that's what that's, designed for.
Can you wash your ass with it?
I wouldn't recommend it. Now, that will take hide, hair, and all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, it depends on how much
that's an exfoliant, that's a waxing, that's laser hair removal, all in one.
That's a little bit of debreeding going on there.
That's a full-on descaling.
Yeah. Yeah. It truly is just start anew. Anyhow, from Daily Mail, Katherine Lawton, and this was April the 16th of 2023. All right, let's just plow into this. A famous flat earther spent a staggering $20,000 on a DIY experiment that accidentally proved that the planet is round. Bob,
yes,
it's either Canoodle or Nodal.
Canoodle
was in the middle of
Bob Canoodle
of filming for a Netflix documentary titled Behind the Curve when he realized his pricey mistake.
Oh, you dumbass. You made a
Seeking to disprove the mass of research led by NASA experts, he explained the particulars of the DIY experiment using a laser gyroscope. The test involved using a camera to film through 2 holes with a person standing on the other side and shining a torch back at the camera. I think that means like a flashlight. It's what they call a torch over there.
Yeah.
And Mr. Knodel, whatever,
Canoodle.
professed that if the light can be seen with a camera, the holes in the fence and the torch all at equal distances above the ground, then he could draw a positive conclusion that the earth is flat. Yet, in a humorous and expensive turn of events, no light could be seen, causing Mr. Knodel to mutter an awkward interesting after the mistake.
Yes.
Speaking on his YouTube channel, Mr. Knodel has since opened up about the experiment and what it means for flat earthers across the globe.
That means y'all a bunch of dumbasses.
He said, quote, "What we found is, when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15 degree per hour drift. Now, obviously, we were taken aback by that," he admitted. "The results were kind of a problem." He further stated, quote,
Kind of a problem.
"We obviously were not willing to accept that, and so we started looking for ways to disprove it
That's
was
what we
actually
do.
registering the motion of the earth," end quote.
That's what they do. They get proven wrong by their own tests, and then they don't accept it.
It said that
They
the
just are
failed
like, nope, that's wrong.
the failed experiment has since gone viral on Reddit, with people noticing that even after the experiment, Mr. Knodel kept using mental gymnastics to claim his conspiracy theory was still correct. I don't know that that's a conspiracy theory. Nobody's conspiring on this. This is just a matter of... Well, it's a matter of them taking scriptural references literally on some of this, about the 4 corners of the earth and the pillars of the earth and everything like that. Now, scripture, there is some analogy in there, not all of it. It's not, that was one of the things Mike Heiser used to say. It's not a biology book. It's not a science book. A lot of these things, it is not. These people were putting the universe around them in a language that they could understand.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that God is not God. But that's just like as far as these people that are literalist about the 6 days of creation.
I mean, the cornerstones, or the cornerstones of the world.
Right, that's what they were talking about.
Those are just like...
North, south, east, and west.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I get that.
It's
There's a lot of,
I don't got any brain cells going on right now.
Heiser used to talk about people that were biblically illiterate. These people have got good hearts. They have good intentions. They are not, they can't read Greek. They can't read Aramaic. They can't read Hebrew. So they're taking somebody else's word about what Scripture means. And even on that, which King James was not the original language of the Bible, much to people's chagrin.
Mm-hmm.
They're not having these things explained to them in context of how the world was, how the culture was in which these verses were written.
Right.
You have to do that. You have to know all that before it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, in a way, I feel really sorry for the people that don't quite get the fact that the earth is a sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's kind of egg-shaped from what I have heard. Not total egg-shaped, but it's not totally round.
It's oblonged.
There is like a, yeah.
It's
pudgy in places.
It's a little askew.
Yeah.
It's a little wonky. It's lumpy space princess.
But if you've ever seen photographs when they drop a liquid, it's a sphere.
But it's still pretty much fucking round.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're still wrong. Still idiots.
Well, I don't know if
Not
they're
that
idiots. They're
they
just deceived.
refuse to see
Well, when somebody's...
the fact that their own tests prove them wrong, and they just are like, nah.
And that's a really hard thing for somebody to let go of a belief system that is so deep that it's just, has become part of their being. And to find out that that is incorrect, that just shakes their whole paradigm of the universe and existence.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why you really shouldn't get that hardened on whatever. We don't know what we don't know.
No, we don't.
Most of the time, we don't even know enough to ask a question.
I just am like, y'all flat earthers. Y'all flat earthers
They're
are just
very
like
zealous in what they believe. And that's all well and good. But it's like when somebody is so zealous that they're trying to force their beliefs on other people and they get really ugly about it. That's true of the flat earthers and lots of other people. That does not help prove your point.
Haven't they tried like the boat test?
Oh, as far as the horizon. Well, that was when
And that proved them wrong.
I always wondered about as far as sailing to the edge. That was one of the things that we joked about on this channel for a long time with that underlying pirate theme. Goth and pirate goes together somehow. And that we were sailing to the edge just to peer over the side, hoping that there was like whipped cream on the side.
Lick it.
I mean, that's just like the theory that the earth was flat and it was stacked on the backs of turtles. Upon turtle, forever.
I've seen that in like a movie before, or a show or something.
That
and visually it looks cool, but in reality I'm just like, that's not possible.
No, it's not possible. That was like there for a while. People believed that Atlas held the world on his shoulders.
But then that meant somebody would see his shoulders.
What was he standing on?
Yeah. Nothing. The ether. He was just
Right.
floating.
Right. And so that's what happens with theories like this. And actually, as far as the curvature,
He's floating on a little island in the middle of the ether.
years ago, this is why I tried to avoid some of these debates, because you can't debate with something with someone who is not willing to accept the possibility that they could be incorrect. The whole point of debate is to present your argument in a way that it could persuade the other person to come over to your side of thinking or your viewpoints, or at least reach a happy medium where both sides are understood and heard. That's what debate used to be.
Yeah. But now nobody wants to hear each other.
Sorry, allergies.
It's fine. I don't think they heard you.
If everybody's screaming, nobody's listening.
Exactly.
Debate is not trying to prevent the other person from speaking. That's uncivilized. Of course, we've got a lot of things that are horribly uncivilized right now.
People just want to argue and slander and just defame, and that's pretty much it.
Well, if you are trying to present information and you are trying to persuade other people to come to your way of thinking or understanding, it is not a good strategy to make fun of how they look.
No.
Where they're from, how they speak, any of these things. That is petty bullshit.
Yeah.
That's already ruined your argument. You might as well go home and sit down if that's what you're presenting. And I've seen a lot of people on any side and every side and upside down do that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
Because they got nothing else to hit.
They got nothing else. That's exactly right. If that's the low-hanging fruit you're going for, you have no argument. You don't even know why you believe what you believe anyhow.
No. Pretty much.
Yeah, sorry for like I said, the throat clearings all throughout this. Haven't taken allergy medicine yet.
It's alright.
It's pollen season. Oh my God, is it pollen season?
That's alright. I had a yawn there.
It's all right. But for this man, and this has happened with other things. I know I've heard of atheists trying to disprove the Bible, and that they ended up realizing, oh, look, there's really something to this. I've heard people, even as far as aliens and UFOs.
Yeah.
You know, it's all
Those
hypothetical.
are in the Bible.
It's all hypothetical until somebody has a personal experience, an encounter.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, with the folks, and there is this community that goes along with this belief system. And I think that maybe that's part of it. Maybe they're afraid that if they admit that they were incorrect, that would dissolve that community, which they could find some other kind of community.
They absolutely could, but where else? I think they're scared of branching out.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, where else would they go?
Well, and like I said, I think it's that
It's
fear.
like they've been rejected by everywhere else.
That fear of not taking scripture literally. And people do that a lot. And it's just, like I said, they need to study a little bit more on these things.
I would say they're smooth brain, but that would be making fun of my gang. That would put shame upon my smooth brain gang.
Well, like I said, I don't think these people
which
are
we do not
ignorant.
claim
I think
them.
they just don't understand. And I think that there's a lot more to that dynamic than we are understanding. Because personally, we do not know anyone who's a flat earther. And we know people from a variety of walks of life. And I have personally never met a flat earther. And I'm not that extensively traveled.
I watched a person on TikTok become a flat earther.
Become one?
Basically.
How so?
Like, she was on TikTok live. She was the one that stopped all her psychic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like hardcore, and then like was on the live stream
okay.
talking about it, and then talked about like how the earth was actually flat and all that, and I'm like,
But that was because that she was a new Christian, and she had become.
She wasn't a new Christian.
Was she not?
No, she was always a believer.
But she had somehow become a literalist.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
It's some weird thing up there.
But there's actually
like
scripture.
She's not a literalist in some ways, but she thinks the earth is flat.
Oh God.
I don't ask me how that works. I don't get it.
There actually is scripture in there somewhere, and I can't quote verse and chapter and all that stuff, that does talk about the earth being round. Not flat like a coin, but a sphere. There is. But I think within the flat earth belief system that we're supposedly under a dome,
bunch of dumbasses,
and that everything else is like a projection as far as the stars and the moon and the sun and all that stuff.
Nah, I think they got their heads so far up their asses that their ears are full of shit, man.
Well, I mean, even
they
as
don't
far
want to hear
as
anybody.
sundials.
Except for their own bullshit.
Sundials prove that the earth is not flat. Yeah.
They don't want to listen.
No. So it doesn't matter what evidence. I mean, here this man proved it himself, and he's gaslighting himself.
They gaslight themselves. They gaslight others.
So I don't know. But I thought it was interesting. Don't send them to this channel, please don't. I didn't say anything ugly.
I'll fight
except
y'all. I will fight y'all.
No, he won't.
I will fight
No, he
y'all
won't.
to the death.
He'll leave me sitting in the comments And you will be no place responding. No place. He will throw me off the edge. He will throw me off the edge.
I'm on mobile most of the time.
Like I said, I have heard some of their arguments before. And some of it is very compelling. But also I have listened to a lot of the arguments of, he's just went out. Charles Manson. And a lot of the shit that he said made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
When you take it in small sums. But then over the great lot of it, you're going, yeah, no. When you got this cult and y'all all sitting around doing drugs, having orgies, then you're sent out to kill people, that's probably not a good way to live.
No.
You're trying to start a race war amongst people. That's not a good philosophy.
No.
So, final thoughts on the flat earther.
I think I'm good. My brain's that hamster has about died on that wheel.
Oh, it's
I got a low
day.
tolerance for flat earthers.
It's been such a long day. Another one.
I've got a low tolerance for flat earthers. Where's my bullhorn?
It's not.
I need a bullhorn.
These are the people that go around with their fingers in their ears.
You
going,
bunch of dumbasses.
I can't hear you. You can't educate somebody who's closed-minded. You can't. It's impossible.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can lead an idiot to culture, but you can't make him think.
Never try to teach a pig to sing. It wastes your time and annoys the pig.
I like my quote better.
Anyhow,
But
me and my
good.
more husky voice.
Yeah,
if you've had experiences with the paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, don't send the flat earth people. If you are a flat earth people, we are not intentionally trying to piss you off. You can go and do this experiment like this man did. If you get different results, let us know. But we want proof. It has to be verified, not just, I went someplace and I saw something and this is what happened.
if you
No.
dare try to prove that the earth is flat, I'll kick you so hard. It'll be like, ready, I kick the baby.
No.
Kick the baby. Kick the baby.
Anyhow, you can email us cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. Link to the article will be in the description box, and the email address will also be in the description box.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all and have a good.
Know that you're loved.
What? You giving me a look?
No, I'm sitting there going, I didn't have allergies this bad until we started to record, and I don't know what the hell happened.
I mean, do you hear my voice? Like, it's all right. You're good. You good.
Well,
you good.
it just
they get
is.
what they get.
Well, I hope that they get that they are very loved. That's the
Did
main
they
thing.
get that?
And that, Lord willing, we'll see them on the next cut.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.